Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am Aranas, a postgraduate medical intern. I basically provide informative videos to medical students. And also I would like to give aspiring Filipino physicians an idea of what a med student usually tackle in med school. If you find these videos helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to be updated for my new videos that will be uploading every week. Today, I'll be discussing the clinicopathologic correlation of acute gastroenteritis. This is a very common condition that causes diarrhea and vomiting. It is usually caused by bacterial and viral infections. It affects all ages, but it is particularly common in young children. And most cases in children are caused by a virus called rotavirus. And in the adults, it is usually caused by norovirus or bacterial food poisoning. It is very common outpatient department case. So it is very important for us to understand this condition. I would like to shout out to Patricia Yu for helping me out create this CPC. We'll be discussing each of these sections one by one. So let's start. Here are the important risk factors that we have to consider for acute gastroenteritis. First is poor hygiene practices like poor washing and inappropriate or inadequate food preparation. Both of these would increase the likelihood of infectious etiology for acute gastroenteritis, and it could be viral, bacterial, or even parasitic infections. For the viral, this is the generalization of its pathophysiology. There would be lysis of enterocyte and interference with the brush border function. Thus, there would be electrolyte malabsorption and stimulation of the camp. Okay, carbohydrate malabsorption would also occur. As for the bacterial infection, the generalization for it would be the elaboration of toxins by enterotoxigenic pathogens. And there would be invasion and inflammation of the mucosa by these invasive pathogens. As for the parasitic infections, we generalize it by its capability to invade epithelial cells and cause villus atrophy and eventual malabsorption. All of these infectious etiologies would be acquired through ingestion followed by infection. Then, it would colonize the gastrointestinal tract, causing an inflammation, and later on, endotoxins would be released, causing now these effects: circulation of toxins in the body, increased activity of the organism to the digestive food, increased intraluminal pressure of the intestines, and finally, increased consumption of nutrients by these pathogens. So let's discuss it one by one. We'll be discussing the toxins circulating in the body later. So the increased activity of the organism to the digestive food would lead to the increased production of gas byproduct, and that would lead to gastrointestinal distension, and it would be manifested by the patient as nausea and vomiting and decreased appetite. As for the increased intraluminal pressure of the intestines, there would be compression of the nerve endings, and it would be manifested as abdominal pain. And most commonly, it could happen in the periumbilical and even at the left lower quadrant. As for the increased consumption of the nutrients by the pathogens, there would be cellular deprivation of the nutrients. So there would be cellular starvation, and it could be manifested as weakness in our patient. Going back to the circulation of toxins in the body, this would trigger histamine release and even prostaglandin. and this would lead to increased peristaltic movement, thus increasing the frequency of defecation. Furthermore, there would be poor water absorption and increased water loss, and this would lead to a manifestation of watery stool. And if this would be left unabated, it would lead to dehydration. And this would be manifested as dizziness, dry lips or tongue, and even the buccal mucosa. Patient could also have poor skin turgor and slow capillary refill. The release of the pyrogens such as interleukin 1, interleukin 6, and tumor necrosis factor would cause an irritation of the hypothalamus and the alteration of thermoregulation. It could be manifested as fever. So this now is the reference of our discussion, the 28th edition, Harrison's Principles of Internal Medicine. I would like to leave you with this message. God's not dead. He lives inside the hearts of good people who are heaven-sent angels to help us at our times of trouble. Thank you for listening and have a good day.